Hi everybody, Joel Silverman here from Silverman Law Office, coming to you today with our frequently asked questions. Hi everybody, welcome to Silverman Law Office. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Corporate Transparency Act and why it's important to you and important to us. So Congress passed the Corporate Transparency Act so that FinCEN could try and find all sorts of various illegal activities. Unfortunately for all of us, that means anybody who has an LLC, a corporation, or any other entity that is filed with a Secretary of State's office is going to have to file a FinCEN report as to who the beneficial owners are. And if you fail to file the report, then there are substantial penalties. So that's why this is so important to us, is we represent an awful lot of businesses: Montana, Washington, Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, and Colorado, all the areas we practice law in. And it's very important to us that we protect our clients, where it's important we protect you. So if you have questions about this new reporting requirement for businesses, then do not hesitate to give us a call, because the last thing you want are the financial penalties from FinCEN for failing to file your Corporate Transparency Act beneficial ownership forms. So this is really important. Please give us a call. We look forward to chatting with you at Silverman Law Office. Thank you for joining us in our FAQ section of the Corporate Transparency Act. The first question is, how does the Corporate Transparency Act impact businesses and ultimately you as what would be defined a beneficial owner? Well, as Congress passed this law, what they were trying to figure out was, where's the money laundering, where are the tax cheats? They're trying to find where illegal activities are happening with various companies inside the United States. So they figured out that the solution was to create a corporate transparency filing form for all beneficial owners of companies, corporations, partnerships, whatever your entity choice is that you filed with your given Secretary of State's office. You must file one of these forms. Whether you're already in existence or you're created a new company after January 1, 2024, you must report to FinCEN, a federal agency, as to who the beneficial owners are. And again, this applies for everybody who filed pre-2024 for a company or after 2024. So we're going to get into other areas, but we wanted you to know in this first FAQ that it is important for everybody who has a company, corporation, partnership, limited partnership, various different forms of entities under your given state law. You must file this report. It's going to impact over 35 million different companies. So please, please, please be aware. If you don't give us a call, please call your CPA, call your attorney, make sure you are covered and that you get this form filed. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for FAQ number 2. Does my corporation or entity have to file a Corporate Transparency Act report? The simple answer is yes. Now, there are a list of exemptions, but those exemptions are going to be very difficult to meet. So it's going to be very rare that a corporation or entity will meet the exemption. So if you have created an entity and filed it with the Secretary of State's office, then you must file the Corporate Transparency Act beneficial owner report. Otherwise, you face very, very stiff penalties. And it doesn't matter if your entity was in existence prior to 2024 or you just created after 2024. Every entity filed with a Secretary of State's office must file a beneficial owner report. And if we don't, then we face very stiff penalties from the federal government. Now, a great follow-up question to that is, are there certain ways out of this? There is a list. You can give us a call. We can walk you through those, but it's going to be a very small portion of companies that are exempt from filing that beneficial owner report. Thank you for joining our FAQ number 3. Who is a beneficial owner of a business? Well, That one is very broad as Congress has written it. So it's anyone who has greater than a 25% ownership interest or anyone who can exert control over the company. Do you have authority to manage the day-to-day aspects of the business? Do you have the ability to appoint board members? Do you have the ability to vote? Do you have the ability to bind the company or business to transactions? If so, then you are deemed a beneficial owner. You can see how broad that is, but once you're deemed a beneficial owner, you have to be part of the filing report for beneficial owners underneath the Corporate Transparency Act. What are the deadlines and penalties for filing your beneficial ownership report underneath the Corporate Transparency Act? Well, first, did you create your entity prior to January 1, 2024? If you did, then first you have to file your beneficial owner report before January 1st, 2025. So you'll have all of 2024 to file your beneficial owner report. Second, if you're the company that was created after January 1, 2024, then you have 90 days. It was originally 30 days to file your beneficial owner report, but then but FinCEN, the federal organization that manages the Corporate Transparency Act, FinCEN as an agency passed rules that says you have 90 days. Now that seems like a long time, but it's not. For the clients who come through us, we're going to be able to get that handled for them very quickly. But it's a very important deadline, and here's why. For every day that you are late in filing your beneficial owner report, it is a $500 fine per day with a $10,000 maximum and potentially 2 years in jail if they push criminal charges for it. So you want to make sure you can see how important this is. It's very important to us. We don't want our clients to have problems because we see dealing with federal agencies right now is extremely difficult, coming out of post-COVID, coming out of government shutdowns. So please, let's get this done together. Let's get it done correctly. We are your boots on the ground here, the ones with the knowledge. So please give us a call here at Silverman Law Office if you have any questions about it. Welcome everybody. This is FAQ number 5, which is how often do you have to file the Corporate Transparency Act beneficial owner form? Technically, you only have to file it once. Either if your company was filed before January 1, 2024, you'll file that one time. If it's after January 1, 2024 that you created your company, it has to be within the 90-day window of creating your new business. But there's a wrinkle in this, and we're still waiting on some new rules from FinCEN, but you may have to file updates if you change addresses. If you change beneficial owners, you will have to go back to the beneficial owner report and file an update. And that technically has a 30-day window to file that update. Otherwise, you could face a penalty of $500 per day. So please be aware. Number one, get your first beneficial owner report filed in 2024. Second, if you have to do updates, make sure those updates happen. Thank you for joining us today, everybody. If you have any further questions or if any of these FAQs sparked a little more interest for you, don't hesitate to give our office a call and book a consultation with any one of our fantastic attorneys. Thank you and have a great day.